What's up, guys? Anybody that's watched my videos knows that, I don't know, I just do random videos sometimes. A lot of them have a message, a lot of them don't. But I just thought I'd tell one of my prison stories about when I was in Algoa prison. And this story, I say all the time, man, 80% of people aren't going to have a good time in prison. And a lot of it is going to be your fault on how you respond to a situation, how you react, how you didn't react. Well, in 2015, me and a bunch of my bros from North County up in St. Louis was on the camp, and we just kind of put some organization to it. So, because people were just running rampant. And in Missouri prison, we have our gangs and we have our organizations, but a lot of it in Missouri prison system is segregated, kind of like the feds. It's areas, the feds have, it's separated by states, and Missouri, it's separated by areas. So you're pretty much going to mess with where you're from. So, and, there's a difference between being that and being from that. So this kid come in, and he's from North County. So, he wanted to hang out with us, of course. Whenever somebody would come in from a certain area, somebody would let us know, like, hey, man, you got one up there, or we knew you were coming before you even came. We knew everybody that was transferring there and everybody that was transferring out. I'm not going to tell you how, but if somebody you got beef with is showing up, you're going to be waiting for them at the gate, and that happened on numerous occasions. So, we're tasked with cleaning up our own house, and that's our responsibility. It makes you look weak if you don't clean up your own mess. You let somebody else do it. But anyway, here we go. This kid come in, and he wanted to hang out with us, and we met him at the door. Hey, man, you got what you need. Always made sure they had cosmetics. We had a kitty going. Hey, we took care of you when you came through the door. So, and we told him, hey, man, we got a spot. We got a table in the chow hall. If you want to sit with us, we do family day once a week. All of us would have to come out on a certain day, and we'd have, play horseshoes or handball, whatever, but everybody had to hang out together. It shows unity. So, and, we told them, hey, man, come out and hang out with us. You can eat in the chow with us, but that also comes with certain responsibilities, because now you're not an individual, you're a unit, so everything you do, they're not going to look at it like, oh, little Johnny messed up. They're going to look at it like, hey, North County messed up. So, there's responsibilities with that, and when it comes with it, if you want to hang out with us, you want to be seen with us, then, if something cracks, you're responsible for being there. You got to ride with us. But if you don't want to be a part, and he was just like, I just want to do my time, and that's fine too. We'll hang out with you in the house unit. We'll look out for you. But you can't have the same. You can't get the same perks without the same repercussions. So, if that you just want to do your time, you want to go home, fine, no problem with that. But, you're just going to have to disassociate yourself with us, and you're going to be on your own, So, this kid, man, I guess he thought he was doing the typical convict thing, and he starts cussing out a CO, man. And, I guess he thought that was cool or whatever. But little did he know, the CO she was moving for some people, She was doing her thing. So, you just, and like I explained to this kid, man, until you've either established your reputation, right now you're a nobody. You can't do the same thing that I can do. You can't do the same thing that he can do. Right now, people are going to treat you a certain way. They're going to treat you different. You ain't earned that respect to be treated a certain way in a situation. So, the CO approached certain people, and they approached me like, hey, man, your little North County bro down there's tripping, and like I told him, I said, well, he's not North County, he's from North County, but I'll handle it, and this kid had put some money on my Selly's books, man, and so, and my homeboy Steve-O, he smokes this deuce, man, and he always wants to fight, Steve-O's, his reaction to everything is, I'm gonna go beat him up, and I'm like, well, hold on. So, I'm like, I want to teach this kid a lesson, I went down there and explained to him, because I kind of, I was kind of in a leadership role at that point, so, I had to go down there and deal with it, and I told him, I said, hey, man, my selling was like, we're gonna rob him, I'm like, no, we don't do that to our own, I'm like, but this kid, I told him, I said, hey, man, you're not gonna get, I explained the situation, hey, you can't just do that, you're a nobody right now, you can't, you know, and I told him where he messed up. I said, but, you know, as punishment, man, we're not going to smoke you off the yard because you really didn't do anything that's too crazy, but, you know, you lost that money, man. And he's like, because I was trying to save him, you know, because they were talking about, like, doing some crazy shit to him. And I told him, I said, man, and he's like, I ain't paying, man. I'm like, you are going to pay. And he's like, no, if I pay once, I'll pay every time. And that's normally the rule. If somebody cons you when you go to prison and say, you just pay once, you're going to keep paying, man, because you're just a duck at that point. You know, you didn't stand on your own, too. I said, bro, it's not like that. This ain't that type of situation. But something's got to be done because now they got us involved, you know. And, you know, I just have to. You know, there's way more that goes into politics than I'm willing to explain on this app. But, you know, I just felt that was the right thing to do at that time. And I told him, and he got pissed. And he, you know, so I told Steve-O went down there, and you just heard Steve-O just knock this kid out in the bathroom, man. And I'm like, fuck, he comes back. And he says he ain't paying. I mean, he had no choice. His money was on my son's books, but he stood on it, you know. And so Steve-O goes down there and he knocks him out again. And this kid, man, couldn't fight a lick. Man, he couldn't fight his way out of a cardboard box. But I give, you know, and he said he ain't paying. So Steve-O went down there and knocked him out again. Finally, I said, man, you guys are giving that kid $25, you know. And they're like, no. I said, man, I'm telling you, you're giving that dude $25, man. And I went down there and I explained to the kid, like, hey, bro. And he started to get pissed. And I'm like, you're lucky that I'm giving you anything, you know. And, you know, you know, I told him you're giving that dude $25 because he stood on his own, man. He stood up for himself. You know, he's just a young dumpster. He's just a young, dumb kid, man. And he didn't realize what he did, you know. But it's still, you know, because the powers that be got us involved, you know, I had to save face for everybody, man. And I had to do something. But that's what I mean by a lot of you kids are gonna mess up. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna have a good time because you don't know the politics yet, man. And people are gonna take advantage of that. And some people are going to be, you know, like, people always said, I seemed like I had been doing 20 years. These old heads always took to me, man. Well, I had been in training for that my whole life. I knew where I was going, you know. I came from the streets, you know, but a lot of these kids are not brought up like that, man. So, you know, stay out of prison, kids, man. Do the right thing. Your homeboys aren't going to be there with you, and you're going to have a million situations like this. It takes one bad situation before you make that reputation. Prison's a lot of luck and a lot of standing on your own, too, but until you figure that out, things can go left for you real quick. But that was my prison story. I love all you guys. What are you going to do? You know, prison's a different world, man. You got to be a savage in there. Sometimes just because I love you, I love them too. And if you're jeopardizing that, then we're going to have to do what we got to do. And we're going to clean our own house. And it's going to be us that's coming at you, or your people, or whoever it is.